Chris Hogan and Monica Wulff coming to you live from Myriad 2018, thanks to Australian Landing Pads. Monica, you're CEO and co-founder of Startup Muster. How's it going?
It's going very well. We capture all the statistics about the Australian startup ecosystem, as well as if startups are planning to go overseas and what they want to do over there.
All right, I know you got all the stats.
All of them.
Hit me with them.
Well, in the next 12 months, 38% of our startups plan to expand their sales overseas, and about 29 plan to expand to actually get more investment from foreign investors. Currently, those startups that do have investment, about 1 in 5 is a foreign investor. So we're already getting that kind of international interest in our businesses. You know, Canva, Atlassian, they've all had that. And more of our startups are now going overseas to, talk to some private foreign investors. So, and landing pads have helped with that quite a lot. Majority of our startups still want to go to the US above all other places, which, we do really like Silicon Valley. So, that's kind of where people are heading.
Okay. And what's the sort of graph look like? Which way am I pointing? Is it really like that in terms of, 38%? How long ago was it at, 10?
Well, you'd have to look back into our other reports, but it's still interesting the fact that, Australian startups, we're still looking to raise our sales locally. We still want to get more interest from from Australian investors. But when you're a startup, you have to think global from the beginning. We are we're large enough to test, but we're not large enough to scale. So what the landing pads do and what Austrade and what essentially any mindset around startups should be is go global, think global from day one.
Australians, you're all just a bunch of crash test dummies.
Well, we really, we all love.
I'm happy with that.
Overseas.
I'm happy with that.
We might as well try and make some money while we're at it.
That's right, and we all want to travel.
Yeah. And if you can tax deduct it, the EDMG grant, there's and also build your business. That's a good thing, right?
Absolutely. So, what's some of the challenges that you know of that Australians are facing with regards to going global, apart from the investment side of things?
Well, so Aussies, we're more along the lines of a humble brag than an overt, like I'm amazing. We've got our tall poppy syndrome that really holds us back. So essentially when you do go overseas, you really need to be comfortable in owning your pitch and being more overt and being more aggressive about it. I would say, we're doing ourselves a slight disservice by only focusing on the US. There are other markets, and it really depends on what your startup is doing. So if you're advanced manufacturing, if you're doing anything around cars or driverless cars, that kind of thing, think about Germany, think about Berlin, think about, startup Autobahn, which is a really cool accelerator in Germany. Israel has a lot to offer as well. So it's just about assessing, okay, well, what is the needs of my business and where am I best going to be able to get that expertise, experience, and, maybe some money.
Are we pushing much into Asia, our Asian neighbours? Or is it, there's a large cohort going to the US. West may be the next biggest market.
We do. So we got things like Haymarket HQ here in Australia and Camp, which is run by Andrea Miles, and they're really talking a lot about that engagement with China. And there is definitely some potential there, but there's also some risks associated. So my advice to anyone who's looking to go over to China, it's really try to utilize the networks locally that are trying to facilitate those connections, so that you're not, and the landing pads do that too, so that you're not just going over there blind and then you're like, and you might have a slip up with your business. So just always do your research pretty much wherever you're going, and there is a big potential there. People say Australia's their food bowl. Just look at baby formula and things like that. But yeah, I think we've got a lot of opportunities to grow from Australia, and we're not that far away from everyone anymore.
No, that's right. The world's definitely getting smaller. And so Startup Muster, just share with people what you guys are all about again.
Yeah, so we survey startups, businesses that support startups and future founders, and we are open all the time, so you can take part anytime that you like. But in July especially, we're doing the collection that is going to inform our 5th annual report. It's going to be a really big report. So if you want to be recognized, if you want to contribute back to what the Australian startup ecosystem is providing you and have some stats that you're going to be able to use in your pitch decks and essentially help create a document that most foreign investors look at when they come to Australia, please take part at startupmuster.com.
Fantastic. Startupmuster.com, we'll tag that in the comments.
Cheers.
Any other messages you would like to put out there about Myriad and how fantastic it is?
Myriad is amazing. I love their creativity. I love that they are able to source so many different people from across the world to come here. The topics of conversation, the breakout rooms. I was a big fan of it last year. I'm a big fan of it this year, and I'm sure that's going to continue on.
And the beautiful speakers as well. Smart people. I mean, smart people.
Yeah. All of them are just gorgeous.
Absolutely. No, they are.
Gorgeous humans.
Lovely. Connect the dots, guys. Come to Myriad. So, thanks very much, Monica.
Anytime.
Startupmuster.com, Myriad 2018. You should be here. And thanks to Australian Landing Pads for getting Beach City here and sharing stories.